Turn me up in the headphones, yo.
All right, you are a little bit loud now. You speak? You good?
Hello, hello, hello.
All right, you sound pretty good. You sound pretty good. I'm going to turn myself up just a little.
There goes our ad money. I said the P word.
You said penis. How fucking dare you? So what you been up to, buddy?
Just, writing obituaries, speeches.
You killed
Going
it.
through the most traumatic loss of my entire life.
You killed it the other day, man.
It was good times.
Yo, dude.
I was like, I just want to get it out of the way early. Yeah. My fucking grandpa died. He was on this before. I would love if someone could link me to the ep, because I'm not going through and listening to 42 of these dog shit fucking episodes to find a fucking 45-second soundbite. But someone's got to know, either Cameron or James. I think we lost Cameron. we were off the map for a while there.
We did as best.
We lost one of our 2 subscribers.
we gained another 2 subscribers somehow. We got 2 more subscribers.
I mean, like 2 regular watchers, because we might have 42 subs, so we probably have like 3 fucking faithfuls. Like Aaron's probably still on there. Shout out to Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron sent me a snap today. You got a fucking deer.
Yeah.
I was like,
meat on the table. But yeah, my G-pop died. That sucks.
Rest in peace, Ron.
They found him fucking, must have had a heart attack, found him on the floor at fucking 3 a.m.
Yikes.
Not good. I went there, and then the funeral home people came and like laid him out in his bed, and we all got to see him. That was horrible. And then I watched him put him in a fucking bag like he was some luggage, and then just throw him in the back of a van like thud. And I was like, Jesus Christ, dude.
All right, so like
brutal, absolutely. So the funeral actually, like, it was hard, definitely hard, but I feel like after seeing that, it was just.
I was gonna say, like, I
was like, this can't get any worse than seeing them like drag him out in a bag.
I was only present for one bagging and dragging. Personally, it's not a fucking. I was like, I can
handle this, and afterwards, I was like, I don't know why I went there, dude. That was like my favorite person in the world, like.
And they treat you like a fucking
fucking. He's like up there with
garment.
like my mom. Like I put like my mom first, and then like Ron was like a very, very, very close second. But like no one can top your fucking mom. Like come on. And I think he would respect that. And yeah, it sucks. I'm a fucking mess. I've just been like in a fog for the last few weeks. I'm wearing one of his t-shirts
and his hat. How about the Mets,
dude? Wearing fucking.
is that the message you want to be fucking sending? Like, cab. Rest in peace, Ron, my fucking grandfather.
Oh man, I used to really get into it about cops when I was like 19 on Facebook.
What,
like,
with him?
No, he didn't even have a Facebook. But then like my relatives would be like, "You need to show some respect for your grandfather," and I'd be like, "He wasn't even a real cop, dude. He was an Ocean City fucking pig." I was such a douche when I was younger. I still am, but someone showed it to him, and then I got in trouble, and like I didn't actually call him a pig on Facebook, but I was like, my grandpa has nothing to do with. It was when that dude got choked out for selling Lucy's.
Oh,
and that one like upset me. I don't know why.
Michael Brown.
I know why. But
he's upset. I like smoking.
I love Lucy. That used to be the best, dude.
Bamboos?
2 cigs for $1, dude.
Oh, you got
2
two
Noob hundreds.
You got 2 for $1? Yeah,
at the Exxon in Pleasantville.
Oh, Hofstra was we had a bamboo deal, which is
what the fuck is that?
It's a guy that had a cigarette roller, and you could get 2 bamboos for $1, or you could get a Noob 100 for $1, and everybody would go with the bamboos.
Yeah, all day.
Yeah, it's the homeless people.
It was before I even had a car in high school. Like we would go to open hockey and we would hit the fucking Exxon on the Black Horse Pike, and then Taco Bell right after, dude. Let's get some stale noobs, fucking. Remember those double platinum blunt wraps? Like they didn't even have blunt guts in them. They just had that weird like serrated edge, and it would come with a little straw. Yeah, just like wet paper.
Ew, yeah,
it's definitely like chemical fucking soup.
Dude,
they were fire.
So the Exxon, when you're heading up 9, like you come over the Parkway Bridge, you get off the Parkway, head into Summers Point.
That was the one too.
Yeah, so that spot
every time
there was this fucking time where
they were the ones who had like a variety of those blunt wraps, dude.
They had Black and Miles in every fucking flavor, but they would only sell you.
I was like 14, and they would sell me. I'd pull up in the backseat of the car, and they would pull me up, and like he would sell to me, and I would look like I was fucking 12.
Well, they would fucking sell you packs, but you had to have a fake ID. But they would sell you singles if you just like came up and like flashed the cash or whatever. And I just remember being like, "Let me get like 6 singles." And it's like, no, you can get like 1.
Bro, I was buying illegal nicotine vapes, these gay fucking fruit bars at a local gas station. I'm not going to out them, but I've been there like 20 times, and this one time this guy was like, "Do you have ID?" And I was like, I pulled it out. I was like, "Dude, I'm fucking 30, bro. Like I'm 29, but like let's just round up. Like I'm like, come on, dog. Like, and I've been here like fucking how many times spending like $100 on vapes. Like,
Just
come on, bro. And in the window at this gas station, they had fucking like, it looks like weed. And I was like, is this like,
Is it Delta 9?
I was like, is this D8? And he was like, no. And like, it's like fucking like Packwoods pre-rolls and like all these like random like blunts and like little jars and like cookies, nugs. And I'm like, is this real? Like, is this? And it's like they're not like they're hiding the vapes, but they're not hiding this. And it's like it's got to be like hemp or some type of gimmicky shit. Like,
I mean, they got that place.
It'd be real bold just to have like a zip displayed in a gas station.
Well, do you know that crispy crunchy chicken place down in fucking? It's like South Courthouse, but like north like Whitesboro on 9.
No.
All right, it's like there's like a dance studio and like the old DMV, and like, you know where the 87 Lumber is on the Parkway. You're heading south.
Yeah.
All right, it's that exit. So like if you make that exit and then make a right, there's this like little complex where the old DMV used to be, and they renovated it. And now there's a bunch of stores in there. They have this like fucking smoke shop, and it's the smoke shop has.
Is this where the Acme is or no?
No.
Okay.
This is like a little bit further south.
There's a chicken spot in there. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of restaurants in that one.
They just renovated that too. There's a fucking Popeyes that just popped up down there.
We went there like a few weeks ago.
Everybody's talking about it.
I didn't get anything.
I fucking care less about Popeyes.
I got something. I got like a breakfast sandwich at Starbucks. I was just like, this is fine.
I like how they're turning.
Somehow I'm like, I don't want to eat fast food, but then I go eat like a frozen sausage, egg, and cheese from Starbucks. But like, Tina will get McDonald's and I'll hold off and I'll get like Chipotle. I'm like, it's healthier. Like,
no, it's not. It's still McDonald's.
Yeah, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, there's something in my head where I'm like, I'm not gonna eat like fucking Taco Bell or Wendy's. Like, I've had fast food maybe once or twice in the last like 3 or 4 years.
So one thing about your grandpa's thing, and we can move on because I got like.
Yeah, I wanted to wrap that up too. I feel like I just went off on a tangent.
Yeah. Well, something that was kind of funny about it, because I always find like Italian funerals are the best, just because it's like everybody. And like Ron's not Italian, but your family.
He is. He's like half.
Nicole is.
His mom's
like
fresh
Irish?
off the boat. His dad's Irish. His mom's like Ambrosia was her last name, or Ambrosio.
Yeah. Something Dago.
I think Ambrosio.
So like
she's like from Italy. Like came
like,
here on a boat.
So there's something about like Italian funerals that are always like it's just kind of like everybody's in good spirits. There's a lot of laughter. Your fucking aunt brought up the podcast. Like,
really?
Yeah. Like, shout out to I forget who it was.
Yeah, it was like the hardest day of my life besides the day I found him. But first, I was saying like it wasn't as sad as I thought it would be, but I think it was because I was distracted because I was shaking. I was standing up. I was the guy standing up front, like shaking hands.
You're numb at that point. Everybody just comes in. And they're gonna say the same shit.
I've been to other people's funerals, like friends, parents that I didn't know or wasn't close with, and I was like a blubbering mess the whole time. But for some reason, when I was finally the person in, because you're sad at someone's funeral you didn't know because you're just feeling empathetic for your friend that's going through this loss type shit, or you're like imagining yourself going through it. But when I was the one going through it, like I was like I'd already fucking cried it out that whole week. Like I was just like, I was so focused on trying to represent him like respectfully and like just say hi to everyone and thank you for coming. Because I was the only one that's like, I thought our whole family would be standing up there, but like I was literally the only one. Like they were just sitting the whole time, and I was like, what the fuck? Like,
they elected you to be the diplomat? Like,
no one elected me. I just elected myself. I fucking elected myself for the obit. I elected I just had to go there and like take over because it was the obit they wrote was dog shit. It was like written on a post-it note. It's like Ron went to Bayonne High School.
That's fucking
Ron
weak.
was an Ocean City police officer. No, Ron has survived by like it was like that bad.
You gotta dance it up a little bit.
I wish I could have done better on both, but I've gotten like nothing but people saying I did a great job. So
no, you did fantastic.
For what it was, like it's hard to fucking put it all into words. And
no, I understand.
I wrote the obit the day after. Like
I understand, but what I'm trying to say here is that you did the right thing because you got up there and everything was like it was by the books, but it was like a lot of like
couple throwbacks, couple recent stories.
No, more like the atmosphere of it was jovial as opposed to like because it like there's somber funerals that you go to, like Tony's mom, rest in peace. Shout out Tony too. Like hope you're fucking doing well, buddy. Like his thing was like
he was the first one that I saw get up and just champ a speech at like a ridiculous, like he lived with his mom. They like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like his parents split up. I don't want to go too much into shit, but it was like his parents split up years ago. It was just him and his mom living in their house in fucking in SP and in Ocean City.
No, and he handled it like a champ, but it was like a complete.
He absolutely went up there and like fucking crushed it. No tears, like, and there's nothing wrong if you cry during a speech. I'm not saying that, but like for some reason his speech inspired me. Like, I'm gonna go up there and I'm not gonna fucking tear up at all. Like, I'm just gonna fucking choke this down like a fucking man. Like, you know, it's just like
he did fine.
And I cried when I was practicing it on like the one
pussy
when I was like, "You're my hero."
Nice.
And I would just always.
No, at least you fucking did it. Like, I can fucking mock you for whatever, but it's like I really eat my words because like I had the opportunity to speak at my mom's funeral and I didn't. But it was like it was. Just weird.
It was an impulse decision. Like, we were making the funeral arrangements, and they said, like, their neighbors, they're really good friends, and they're like, so and so is gonna do his eulogy, and I was just like, I kind of assumed it would be me, like.
And then
I mean, maybe aside from his wife, I was the closest person to him, but like, I think he liked me more, obviously. Like,
no,
him and fucking me mom always, you know, butt heads. But they said the lady was doing the eulogy, and I was like, well, I want to talk too. Like, get the fuck, like, and I was like, I'm going last. Like, I'm just calling shots now. Like, I'm closing. I said, actually, if my speech if my speech is good. If my speech is good, I'll close. But if I have a dog shit speech, I'll just float in the middle, so I just blend in. I'm like, dude, this isn't an open mic.
Well, it was fine.
I got to bring 10 people. Is it a bringer show?
No, it's not a bringer. It's a bringer funeral. The Ocean City cops
walk into a bar.
I think the Ocean City cops definitely had the fucking bringer fucking tab taken.
They were supposed to do some like changing of the gods.
Wow.
Start doing the fucking Quran.
Changing of the gods.
Right.
It's a bunch of Greek dudes.
Unless I missed it because I got there like 3 minutes.
No, they were doing it throughout the whole service. You were indisposed talking to everybody.
So they actually had a different cop go in every.
Yeah, you didn't notice that?
I thought it was the same.
No, it was. They had an entire room.
That is cool.
Because I was like about to go hit the pen and fucking take a whiz, and I fucking walked into this room. There's like 9 Ocean City cops all in fucking parade uniform staring at me, and I'm like, bathroom.
I was supposed to get there at fucking 12:30, and I pull up at like 1:03, and my family's all standing outside waiting for me, and I'm smoking a straight backwood. There's no weed in this. Like, I was just like, I'm like, oh, I'm not smoking cigarettes. I'm literally inhaling a cigar when I smoke those things. Like, it's probably fucking worse, but
yeah.
And everyone's looking at me like I'm smoking a blunt. There's like 10 cops there, and I'm like, what? It's a fucking cigar. Like, I'm not smoking weed right now.
It's
like,
a cordial.
It's literally like I'm just fucking nervous. I think that's what truly got me through the whole service was I was so nervous about doing the fucking speech. Like,
yeah,
when they started doing speeches, I was like, oh, dude, I'm on fire right now. Dude, I wanted to throw up. I haven't spoken in front of people since probably my freshman year of college. Like, you know, I bombed then.
The thing that you set it apart was, and you got the blessing of being the last, but it was very funny that everybody in front, especially the neighbor chick, because the neighbor chick did great. The neighbor chick was fantastic.
Yeah, everyone crushed.
Everybody was fucking awesome, but the neighbor chick specifically because she was the first one to be up there, and I guess the priest too. But like
hers kind of went on.
She was doing.
Like, all right, wrap it up. I'm nervous.
She was like doing two.
Oh yeah, she had to read his friend Bobby.
Like while she's doing this, because like it's the first one. Like the priest comes up, does his spiel, and like you've also been like sitting there the whole time, but there's people, so you're mingling, so you're not really like focused on those pictures that were on the fucking thing. Did anybody fucking point out to you that there are two fucking
there was
pictures
one that was a Facebook screenshot?
There's two fucking there's two Rons that like he's got his hat sideways and he's got his fucking pants all pulled up like he's gangster. And he's like posing and shit, and like people are like crying. There's not a fucking dry eye in the fucking room, and then me and Jan and fucking Johnny are just like fucking laughing.
Was there a duplicate of it, or was it two different ones?
There was two different ones, but it came up like 3 times per speech because it was only like 6 minutes.
My sister said there was a duplicate.
There's a couple of duplicate photos, but like I mean, it was like perfectly arranged too. It was like stuff that you wouldn't notice, but my autistic ass is sitting there like watching. It's like saw it. This is.
I was watching it too. Yeah. Like, the one that kept getting me was, I think my sister did it. It was just a screen. It was the right image. It was like a family picture from Easter or something. It was like 8 of us there. But she just screen grabbed it off Facebook and she didn't crop it. It's just like her Facebook fucking homepage.
It would have been funny if the URL was
why is this? Why did no one crop this? Like, it was when I handed in the obit and I went through it, but I didn't capitalize a few names and I forgot one of the people in the survived by, and like, where the fuck was I going with this?
I don't know.
At a point.
All right.
No, hold on. Like, how I was gonna say, like, how did a funeral person, like, we're paying like 10 bands, how did a funeral person not crop that image before they put together the slideshow? And then how did they let like lowercase Rons and like lowercase Bayones, like dumb shit like that, where it's like, just fucking read it. And like, I was like crying while writing it, like, just fucking make the R uppercase so I don't look like an asshole. It went to the press with lowercase R's for his names throughout it. Like, and I submitted the correct version 2 days early, and they just didn't answer my email. And then they were like, "Hey, sorry, we didn't submit that in time, so your dog shit version's going to the press." And like, no one noticed. I'm the only one who's gonna notice. But
Yeah, it's still like it's
like, come the fuck on, you fucking. And they were like,
just trying to
"Sorry,
do right by Ron.
We're trying our best to correct this." And then they were like, "There was nothing we can do. Sorry."
I love that dismissive fucking, like, yeah, it's like an obituary. It's like, this is literally going to be the last publication of this person's like life.
They got it right on their website, and there's big funeral cards with it, and they got but they're like, "We couldn't get it to the press in time." I'm like, "I sent it to you 2 days early." Like, literally, like you're saying, this is the last public publication. I mean, aside from someone who's posting shit on his Facebook, that's a whole nother fucking.
Yeah, it's a whole different channel.
I don't know. My grandmom denies it, so it's just like a mystery at this point. And like, I showed her a picture that was posted 5 days after he passed, and her verbatim quote was, "I don't know how to do a picture." And I believe her.
I mean,
so like, who the fuck is posting? It was a picture of him and my sister's baby. She booked it. She was so scared.
What did you do?
But what are you gonna do?
Fucking cocksuckers. I mean, on a more fucking positive note, do you by any chance start following?
Yeah, we'll wrap up the Ron thing. We'll bring up Ron's. I'll bring up more stories as I think of them. But I just want to say, rest in peace, Pop. Love you, buddy.
Yeah, love you, Ron. Ron, it was a pleasure getting to know you briefly.
Yeah, and if you have me on Snap or anything, you've seen tons of videos, and people have said like how funny he was. Like, a lot of people haven't met him, but they're like, that guy's fucking hilarious. Just because I would fucking like what's it called? Film him without his consent and post it on the internet.
Yeah, dude.
Like, I would candid camera his ass while he was going on fucking funny rants or just telling jokes and shit. He's the funniest motherfucker.
That's the best shit. No, I was gonna fucking. I was going somewhere with that. Something.
Did I start following someone or something?
No, it was about the paper. And like you were saying something.
Get the papers.
Yeah, get the papers. I don't think it'll come to me in like 20 minutes.
I lost it for like 30 seconds and then it came back, so you'll get it back.
I'm still thinking of the dog with the fucking door. It's like, how did that even happen? Was she
the
like in the
BLACKTOOTH
fucking
podcast.
Yeah, the dog tooth. Well, that's a pattern, I believe. No, houndstooth. That's a pattern. It's a kind of material that you're like when you have like a jacket that's got like little stars as the pattern. That's called houndstooth.
I'll have to look that up. You know what pattern I'm not really a fan of?
Paisley.
Yes.
Paisley.
Did I mention that before?
No, I don't know. It
just look to me. I've said it a million times, but it looks like germs under a microscope.
Yeah, kind of.
Literally like amoebas and shit. Fucking.
I have that like one shirt where it's not paisley, but it does kind of look like mitochondria, and I would always wear it to the strip club, and I like when I was in Louisiana.
I think I know the shirt you're talking about.
Yeah, it's the white one with like all the fucking.
Should wear that next pod.
I will. Like it's like this fucking shirt that like I don't know, if I go to a place that has a black light, it looks kind of cool under it. So whenever I go to the strip club, I would wear the I would wear the fucking mitochondria.
Your nose
shirt.
is just glowing.
It's funny. My crotch is glowing.
Just a bunch of glitter all over your
brown
glitter glue. Brown.
Just a fucking.
I made a duty.
So I'm wandering around Bourbon Street.
I came in my pants and you just like shit yourself.
How did we get over? It was like we were rest in peace, Ron, a minute ago. It's like Joe's at a strip club covered in duty.
That kind of goes with the Ron story I think I told on here.
What's that?
I don't know. I don't want to embarrass the guy.
Oh, okay,
he shit himself.
That's right. It happens to the best of us.
Like you're out in public and you shit yourself. It's just not fun.
I mean, that was the only topic I was going to bring up today. Was like I was telling you. So my dad pretty much handled Thanksgiving. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving, by the way. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
It was good. We went to Christina's family's house and then I visited my grandmom after, and that was tough because I went in the house and she was in bed. I thought she was asleep, and like it was just quiet, and like my grandpa wasn't there in his dumb wheelchair to fucking bump into the door and like help me try and get in, even though he's getting in my way. Like he would just always come to the door and just be sitting there like do his little fucking wave. That's where I got that dumb wave from. But that was tough. And then once she was awake, I hung out with her for a few hours. So it was good. My only complaint about Thanksgiving, not to go long-winded again, but I didn't eat any fucking turkey or any of the fixins.
Wait, why?
Tina's Ginzo-ass family made fucking ravioli and meatball and sausage. And
how the fuck do you fuck up Thanksgiving this hard? Like,
they made turkey and stuff last year, but they didn't want to do it this year. And everyone there was like, yeah, this is great. And I was like, it's good food, don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
like, they were fire. But, like, I thought I was going to go to my grandmom's and get turkey and stuff after, but I fell asleep because I ate too much fucking Ginzo food.
Ravioli will do that.
Passed the fuck out. And then
having a pasta.
Showed up at my grandmom's at like 7, and there was nothing really. They didn't make a lot because there was only like 5 people there, so there was no turkey even left. So you got like people took it. I didn't get any turkey.
Here, you can have some of the furgage we have because we made a 16-pound turkey and 5 people showed up and like nobody ate. Like
I've almost like missed the boat at this point where I'm just like, fuck it.
Take some from ours because we had fucking.
I might just get like a gobbler bowl and like call it a year. I'm like, this is where my life is. No,
we got stuffing, we got gravy, we got fucking turkey, we got fucking all sorts of leftovers. Yeah,
is that the worst like alone holidays? Like I'm sure when you were living out of state.
Oh no, I loved it. Are you fucking kidding me?
Really?
Because I never had to fucking deal with my family. It was awesome.
I grew up always having Christmas Eve with like at my grandparents' house, and like the one year I wasn't speaking to my grandmom. Like we had gotten into an argument about something dumb, so I just didn't go. I literally, for Christmas Eve dinner, I had a fucking number 6 with a fucking large fry and a Coke at Wendy's.
Dude, that sounds like the fucking tits.
No, I was just like, I was literally like...
Maybe I'm just a fucking sociopath or something. I'm actually like...
My whole family was there, and I was literally by myself at Wendy's in sweatpants, like hungover. I was just all right, I'm going to get a 12-pack of Foster's and just black out tonight.
Hell yeah, that's a fucking...
And I was broke, and I just Christmas shopped that night at fucking Dollar Tree, because I had to go to my dad's the next day. Dude, I got everyone's gifts for like $29. Like, it was pathetic.
How we doing? Balling on a budget.
I don't buy shit anymore.
Well, all right. So before you fucking depress everybody else with any more fucking
you're like, I love alone holidays.
Yeah.
This wasn't an alone holiday. Like, I spent it with people, but like...
No. I mean, like, alone...
I missed my family because I'm a fucking fat retard and I fell asleep.
Like, so I would be like out on... Like, I would be out doing whatever. Like, fucking Raleigh or fucking Louisiana or fucking even New York. Like, anything. I would be doing fucking dumb shit on holidays. So, like... My family used to do huge, like, we would have, like, from the time I was, like, 8 years old to the time I was probably, like, 17, we would have the Coast Guard guys come. And there's a couple of people around town that still do it. But, like, if you go to the Coast Guard base on Thanksgiving or Christmas Day, there's a program where you can go and, like, they'll lend you, like, 2 to 5 Coast Guard guys. And, like, you just take them out for the day and feed them. And, like, you could get them, like, cigarettes and
get them laid.
And some people get them laid.
Things.
But like, you know, most of the time it's just like to give them, like, they're from like like they don't know anything around here, and like Cape May County is a kind of like isolated small place, so it's just like, hey, like, you're from the Midwest, you don't know anybody around here, there's nowhere to go because it's the winter, so like we'll just send you home with a family, they'll feed you, and then they take you back.
That's pretty cool.
It was a really cool program. We had a lot of fun with it. We kept getting sick because they would like fucking run them. And like we got like bronchitis the one year at Christmas, and like everybody was like, we spent New Year's Eve in the fucking
just from housing these guys for a day,
like for 5 hours maybe. Like we got the worst. Like every one of my family got bronchitis. We ended up in the emergency room, like, and had to get like steroid injections, and like we're like, that's how we spent New Year's Eve, like 2003. Was like in the fucking emergency room.
Fuck, dude.
So
I got bronchitis.
So like there was this one year where like we had like probably like 18 people at my house, and like it was fucking crazy. It was like every fucking person we knew. Like
that was every Christmas Eve at my fucking grandmom's.
Friends, Coast Guard guys, whatever. There's this
like
guy,
50 people in their fucking 3-bedroom house.
Dude, like, ridiculous. Well, it was like even like when we had the old house. I don't know, you never probably been to my old house, but like, yeah, like when we had the old house here, there would be like, we have a dining room is like roughly the size of like this area right here, and it was like 15 to 17 people in there. It's like everybody's like fucking crammed in, eating over top of each other.
And then it lasts forever because people slowly leave like one.
People just start falling asleep at the table, and that's the shit, because it's like, all right, who's like gonna check?
People are crashing. People came in from out of town. Shit.
Theo Vaughn joke. It's like, who's gonna check to see if dad's alive? And like you hold the mirror under stuff.
Everyone used to just drive home from my.
Oh hell yeah! Dude, my grandma used to fucking kill a bottle of wine.
1999, dude. What's a DUI, dude?
Not DUI.
Even have breathalyzers yet.
So, this one year, there's like I said, there was like Coast Guard guys, family friends, everything. There's one guy, I won't say his name, but it was this guy named Steve. His last name. This guy Steve. It was a friend of my dad's.
Scuba Steve.
My dad had an underwriter, and he had a daughter that was an actress, and the wife, or ex-wife, or whatever, wasn't in the equation. So like all the money this guy made being an underwriter, like in the mortgage business, he would send to his daughter, who was an actress out in L.A. She got a couple of roles. She was like pretty like, not like known, but like she was in recognizable things, like a couple of Pepsi commercials and some like bit roles.
You get some money out of that, dude.
Yeah, so like, but like
not
he was
like retirement, but like
no, like
good commercial can like set you up pretty good.
She's still working, from what I understand.
Oh, shit.
But like, yeah, so like we had this guy come over, and like he had his daughter with him, and you know, like it was like a big family thing. So I had a girlfriend at the time. I must have been like 14 or 15, and it was like this. You know who it is, but she's a girl that's half black and half white. And
I like know the face, but I don't really know the chick.
Her
I
name,
know her name.
Yeah, so
I'm saying I don't really know her.
Okay, so I just started dating her like a couple of weeks before Thanksgiving, and I'm sitting there with my dad's buddy. He's like this girl from New York guy. He's sitting next to me, and he's telling me, you know, what the fuck? You dating a girl now? I was like, yeah. He's like, what color is she? like, just shit like that the entire fucking
Caramel
dinner.
macchiato.
So he was a Vietnam veteran. He was telling me this regaling me with this fucking beautiful fucking story about how him and his brother both came back from Vietnam and moved to Vineland to open a toy store, because like after Vietnam, both of them were like so shot out from the war that they kind of diverged, but like came back and like needed something to do. So like they would go be crazy and then come back and like work at this toy store that they both owned. And the brother,
fucking weird.
The brother of this guy made the paper in Vineland because like they had a huge feral cat problem back in like the 70s. And this guy is like a Vietnam vet. He would go to the VFW in full fucking like ghillie suit and like face paint camo with a crossbow and hunt cats around Vineland. And the newspaper did a fucking article about how like proud they were. It's like, yeah, Vietnam vets slaying cats. So like that's this guy
just selling them to the fucking happy walk. Yeah.
Probably. And then
$2 cat.
So like I'm at like she's telling us the story at Thanksgiving dinner. Like we're done the dinner part of it, but he's just like telling us this, and he like, was like, so. It was like
39 confirmed kills.
I was like, so
in the war? Nah. No, in the alleyways of Vineland.
So I like asked him like, he's
what's
telling
the camo for?
I don't fucking know. Cats don't fucking see camouflage. Like, and the face paint
it's probably like in an urban setting, just like.
Well, it's Vineland, so I can only imagine he's like walking down Dulcie Drive at like 2 a.m. with like a fucking Navy SEAL regalia on. But yeah,
cats can just smell him. Like
he like covers himself in fish before. Yeah, it's like dough heat. It's like cat heat. No, so his brother was like, he's like telling me about his brother and everything. He's like, yeah, this is what we did after Nam, and we worked at the toy store. I was like, wait, so like when you were in Nam, did you ever shoot anybody? And he goes, never shot anybody in Nam. I'm gonna have to bleep this, but I did shoot a. He says that at Thanksgiving dinner at the table, and
like on home turf.
Yeah,
he got into a dispute. He was like, I blasted a fool.
He was at fucking the toy store, and some guy tried to break in and rob the place, and he just had his fucking 357.
Did he put him down?
No, he said that the guy ran out he shot at him once. The guy ran out, ran down the train tracks. I was like, did you hit him? And he's like, no. I'm like, I don't know. Like, but anyway, like,
he's not strapped. All you gotta do is like fire one near him, and he's probably out.
Yeah, fucking brown stain running down the tracks. But yeah, so that was the last. That was the last fucking Thanksgiving that we had at the house. With like everybody came. So since then, it's been rather sparse. And
it's gotten like smaller and smaller over the years.
Yeah,
too.
like people die and
people
shit,
die,
like,
and then like different subsections of the family start doing their own thing. And,
yeah, things fragment. So like when I was like living in other places, it was always great because it's like I had all those like really cool Thanksgivings, like with the memorable ones, like with Coast Guard guys and like my family and everything. But then like when I was like 20, I'm like, I don't fucking care. Like, I'm just gonna get high and eat too much. Like, I don't really need to be around.
Sounds like an average day.
Yeah, like exactly. So like, I just like
extra sweet treats today.
Like, dude, you get like an extra fucking double quarter pounder of cheese and just like leave it in the fucking fridge, or better yet, on the fucking dashboard of your car, and you're just like, okay, like I can leave that for later. You fucking hammered at like 5 in the afternoon. You're like, oh, I love pasta.
That's your holiday thing when you're alone?
I'm a fucking mess when I'm alone.
My new like struggle depression go-to has been like the pre-cooked meals at ShopRite. They're like $9. You can get like chicken marsala.
The ones you put in the oven or the ones you put in the microwave?
I think you could do either, but the microwave ones, like they're in the plastic trays.
Okay.
I'll just get like 4 of them, just like eat one of those a day.
All 4 at once?
No, I'll just eat like one of them a day for like a week. I'm like, yeah, this is good.
You ever
Some nice
fuck with
breaded chicken parm. I'm like, yeah, dude.
You ever fuck with the Hungry Man's?
I did. That's a funny. We could go into a Ron story there.
Okay.
The first time I've made them before in the microwave, but you know, everyone says that shit's better in the oven. So this was actually when my grandpa first got sick. He fell the day we were moving him into his new apartment in Ocean City. My grandparents had separated. That was when everything went downhill. So the first night in his new apartment, doesn't really have groceries yet, so I go to Acme. I get us some TV dinners, some cans of soup. Like I was staying there with him because he had hurt himself, fell and cracked some ribs, and actually had a heart attack, and they didn't know or notice. But so I'm like, let me fire up this Hungry Man in the oven. You know, I'm trying to be like gourmet with this shit. And I read the instructions, and you're supposed to put it in the oven like in the plastic tray.
No, you're not. You're a fucking idiot. You just fucking napalmed your fucking grandpa's oven. So
new house, new oven.
Man just had a heart attack and fucking suffered a broken fucking chest, and you're just literally like gas him out by creating mustard gas.
Like, what's that smell?
Kid cuisine fucking
bro,
tray.
it was. I just put it right on like the tray where it's just like it's open. It's just got like the
coils, the heating elements. Yeah.
No. Like it's just like the thing in the oven. That's the stock one in there where it's just all open. It's just got like the bars going across.
Oh, you mean the rack? Like
just put it on the rack.
Yeah.
And it all like melted and
through the
seeped
rack.
through, and then it was on like the bottom element. It was just like smoking. It's not good.
Well, last year, Jay,
I was pissed because I was like I was the only like meatloaf Hungry Man I bought, and I was like, God damn it! And I had to like wait for it to cool and then try and scrape it out. I destroyed this oven, and then his house was nice, and he only lived there for like 3 days, and then like we had to call an ambulance. That was had heart surgery, went to a coma, 3 months, moved back in with my grandmom. That was that, but the house was sick.
So there's this one time when my grandma broke.
The oven wasn't sick, but
I bet the oven was lit.
The apartment was fucking dope.
My grandma broke both her wrists. She was golfing and was walking through the pro shop of the golf course, and the rumor is that she just tripped because she was old and fell. And
that's how my grandpa tripped and fell off a curb, broke his ribs, and gave himself a heart attack.
Well, my grandma fucking claims that she stepped on a golf ball that was rolling by, but they had like security footage, and there was no golf ball anywhere near her, and she just like tripped and fell, and she was like, well, I guess there was like something weird with the way the ground was right there. It still sued and like still won. It was like banned from the golf course or whatever, but like for like 3 months she had like these like wrist brace, and like her hands were all fucked up. It was like, you know, old people, they don't heal at the same clip us youngins do.
Osteoporosis.
So I had to like figure out how to feed my grandma, and I'm only like maybe 10 or 11
pull
years
your
old.
dink out.
Open up.
I got a sandwich.
Come here.
Take your dentures out.
Look thirsty. A little dehydrated, grandma. You need some lemonade. No, she's like got her like hands like so she could like make things, but she couldn't like fucking like use like tongs or like forks or not. Like it was mostly like just soup and like lift. Yeah, fucking undoing. I had to undo my flock. There's a lot of fucking sweatpants that month. This is great. This is great. I'm glad. I'm being so sensitive about Ron. You're just like your grandma's fucking sucking your dick. You fucking asshole. But no, so we got her fucking like those the microwavable cans of soup. Like they're not like a can, it's like a soup.
Yeah.
It's like a plastic.
Drinkable.
Yeah.
They're fire. I get the bone broth ones.
Yeah, so she like, it was like there was like spaghetti-o ones and like little meatball ones and stuff like that. So she like apparently had one and was like, this is the greatest thing, like, thank you so much, Joey. And I like felt all proud of myself and shit. And then like she made like we got her like a case of them, so she must have had like a dozen, maybe like 24 of these things. I just remember like the second one that she got, apparently she like put it in the microwave and like left it in there for like way too fucking long, and the thing melted. And, like, it's like, because it's like plastic, it didn't like explode, or it just,
she just drank
like,
it anyway.
Just bulged out, and like it was like kind of like I didn't see it. I wasn't aware of like what happened, but she just like, it was supposed to be in there for maybe like 3 minutes. She put it in there for like 13 minutes, and like then tried to like eat it, and it was like all like hard and like reduced down. She's like, I don't want to eat these things anymore. I don't like them, so I had to take all of them home. I had like soup for like a month. I was trying to help grandma. Instead, I ended up almost killing her.
Oh my god!
I
did that with I reheated a wonton soup from Island Shore, and the microwave. The container says microwave safe, but the lid isn't, and the lid
you gotta vent
ballooned up and then like deflated into it. And I was like, I'm gonna eat this, but I was hungry, so I just like.
It's not even microplastics; it's just macroplastics.
It's fine. You eat like a credit card a week or whatever Joe Rogan said.
Is that actually what you?
I don't remember what the time frame was, but it's something like we consume enough microplastics to create a credit card. I think it's a week. It might be a month or a year. I don't know. Look that up, Jamie.
Well, I was speaking of things that I shouldn't be eating. So, like, I was gonna tell you about breakfast because, like, I made
breakfast.
Breakfast. That video rules. But Jay makes the dinner.
What is going on? Yeah.
Whoa!
Stone Cold Steve Autism.
He's been referenced in too many episodes already. We gotta fucking chill on.
Did you see the one recently?
No, there's a new one.
Oh, it's just alright. So it's like this kid, probably our age. He's got a hoodie on from Walmart with like a bunch of smiley faces all over it, and he's on a merry-go-round with his dad. And he's going by, and I guess like his mom or someone's filming him. And every time he goes by, he just looks at the camera, smiles, and goes. And it's like a bunch of little kids and families, and his dad's like, stop. And like he goes by the last time, and his dad like stops him from doing it, and he just goes. And he's just cheesing so fucking hard. And it's the loop, it's playing some like gangster song, like damn, it feels good to be. It's playing something like that. Like it's just, dude, it's so fucking. I think I've seen it already, but I think Zach sent it to me today.
Okay, so
dude.
So we were freaking looking for fucking most. Is this what you call gangster rap?
I must have misremembered. Or I saw a different version. He like jukes out his dad.
Okay,
no, it's Pumpkins. He's so happy to fucking be doing it too.
I would be too.
Like, Down syndrome rules. I kind of wish I had Down syndrome sometimes. We've talked about this. I'm hacking fucking Shane Gillis because they talked about it on there. But he was like, he has like a Down syndrome relative. He's like, dude, he's always fucking happy. Like he's like, where are we going?
Well,
Denny's. I fucking love Denny's. Like
they have
always happy.
They have the special that he put out, and the whole like last 15 minutes is about him being a referee at the Special Olympics.
Yeah, I think that might be where I'm pulling it from.
Fucking, he's so fucking funny. Where he's like, he sneaks into the line to get the hug from the Hooters chicks, and he's like, hey, this is like, nobody's saying anything. Like, he looks like he belongs here.
The face he makes, dude. Shane Gillis is so fucking good.
He's so fucking funny. Okay, so breakfast. So I made fucking breakfast for my fucking dad and I because I try to be nice and do something for my family when they won't let me cook. So
when was this?
This was Thanksgiving. So
okay.
Thanksgiving Day, I made breakfast. And
Did you make turkey?
I was planning on making a quiche, and I couldn't get a fucking pre-made quiche, and the frozen ones for whatever reason were like $30, and I'm like, fuck yeah, fucking inflation. Eggs are expensive, I guess too. But yeah, so like I was like, fuck it, I'll just make bacon and eggs because like ham was like $5 and like a slab of bacon was like $3.50. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just make bacon and eggs and fucking pancakes and or whatever. So I got these like good blueberry pancakes. I got these like bacon, eggs, ham. I got a fucking ham steak, like whole 9 fucking yards. So I was like, all right, if I'm gonna have like the entire oven range taken up where I'm frying everything, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pre-cook the bacon. So that way, you have pre-cooked bacon, you just throw it in the skillet afterward, like after you're done with the eggs and everything. Oven. And well, you pre-cook it in the oven to about like 3/4 of the way done.
And you just fry it up so it's hot.
Yeah. And it's like, it gets crispy, but it's like, it's cooked. So it's like cooked. You just literally crisp it up in the pan. And then it's like, you don't overcook it. It doesn't take forever. It's not incredibly greasy.
Just kind of expedites the process on the tail end.
Precisely. And like,
I need to do that because I got eggs, pork roll, bacon, and then trying to get the toast in the toaster oven. That takes fucking forever. Dude. And like, I always miss time it.
When your timing's like all off, it just fucking creates problems. Like
I've never cooked in a professional setting. Like I was a dishwasher for a summer, but that's about the total of my restaurant experience. So.
I mean, like I was on it on this one, but like I fucked up because I fucked myself up. I didn't cook the bacon long enough in the oven. It was fine because like everything I made for breakfast, I went on the skillet. But then like the next 2 days, I had bacon that was left over in the fridge. It was supposed to be like 75% of the way cooked. It was probably only like 30% of the way cooked. So I just kept. So one of the bacon al dente.
That sounds so gross. I've undercooked bacon before and just went for it, and then it's like chewy as hell.
Dude,
like,
so
I really should have left this on for another couple minutes.
The reason that it's good when you cook it, they call it hotel style when you throw it in the oven first. When you cook it hotel style, is that if you put it in paper towel, like you double up a paper towel and then throw it in the microwave. If you go like only like 2 or 3 strips, it'll get crispy because all that like sodium and shit that comes out, all that grease gets absorbed by the paper towel.
Bacon like that.
There's some bacon that you can cook in the microwave.
The one I get at ShopRite, it's like thin. It's like their gay organic one, and it said on the back. I used to always pan it, and then on the back I read it once and it was like paper towels, microwave, plate, and like you can cook bacon in like a minute. As
long as you like par cook it a little bit, like you can get like regular ass thick cut bacon and just like par cook it and then throw it in the microwave to finish it if you like want. So like I was planning on doing that, but like I didn't cook it enough in the oven, so I'm eating like maybe halfway done bacon out of the microwave now, and the texture is all fucking off. It is literally like you said, al dente
just
bacon.
In a pan.
I was like I was just fucking hungry and like like confused from eating too much.
That's
turkey.
Usually when like peanut butter comes out and you're just hungry. You're like, let me get a spoon.
You're just a stone bear. You're just wandering around. Like
I'll make a fucking fat PB&J right now and then a glass of milk, dude. That's been my go-to lately.
I had like probably like half a dozen King's Hawaiian rolls, butter, and then just bacon, soggy bacon from the microwave. And I've been like, I shit 5 times in the last 24 hours, and it's all like every bit of nutrients that my body has been saving in poop form from like last year has come out, dude.
The microwave bacon cleanse.
Oh my fucking god! When you said
you had microwavable bacon, I thought you bought like the Oscar Mayer. Like,
I got bacon with the intention of it being like cooked correctly and then reheated, not like fucking up halfway through.
Bacon's one of those ones I usually just make. I used to make the whole pack and then like do that, but I just normally throw a few strips.
It's a ball
I do it before the eggs, and I'll just cook the eggs right in the fucking bacon grease. But Tina thinks it's gross. So
what the fuck's wrong with her? That's the best way to do it.
But it'll give you fucking diarrhea. It's too much fat. And I'm like, I'm just trying not to waste butter. And like, she's got to be dairy free because breastfeeding. So I got to use her like, I can't believe it's not butter. Fucking bullshit. Like it's like vegan butter or some shit.
Vegan butter?
It's like plant-based butter, avocado oil or something. It tastes good, but like it's definitely some poofas. Like it's definitely some fucking
gay.
Yeah, some fucking rapeseed oil. You know what I'm saying?
I like that there's an argument right now.
Seed oils, dude.
They're trying to rename rapeseed oil, and people are apparently like they're saying that like.
Well, they call it canola oil.
Yeah, like rapeseed, like because rapeseed's like the name of the fucking plant, and it's like
all of those oils are terrible for you.
Rape plant is. Which, speaking of which, can we talk about my dream? That was the funniest fucking thing. I woke up fucking crying laughing because I had a dream where Ocean City's Firehouse was doing an open mic, and it was supposed to be for like musicians, like a musical open mic, and like it was mostly guitar people. And
you show up with a fucking recorder like Dave Attell.
I show up at, like, first off dressed exactly like the way that you close your eyes and picture me, and it's like that's exactly how he looks.
At it.
Yeah, like you're not just this. I show up and I just begin to like
that with a green blazer,
fucking like I'm going like. Yeah. I don't understand why women always are getting upset about, like, you know, I should be able to wear whatever I want. Women will get raped wearing fucking bubble wrap if they wanted to. Like, it's not even jokes. It's just ranting about, like, how
rape.
How
That's
easy
usually a good.
how easy it is to rape women. But like, it was like in my
my
head, it sounded
God.
like Patrice O'Neal style. Like, you know,
I'm killing this.
I'm killing it.
Especially in Ocean City.
Yeah, and I'm like, I wake up and I was like, that's the most ridiculous. Like, no one in Ocean City would tolerate
I
that.
need to write this down. That was a pretty good bit.
That's some good stuff. Like, I woke up and immediately texted. Oh, and I woke up with a fucking Woody too.
Rape jokes are a tough one. I think Tosh is the only one who's done them recently, and he got like.
No, he did.
Jesselnick, one of those super edgy guys.
No,
did.
it's Tosh. Tosh got in trouble for it back in like 2014. It's almost like a decade ago at this point. But yeah, he had a
I don't
joke.
think many guys touch it anymore.
He fucking did a joke that wasn't his joke though. Like, it wasn't like his organic joke. What he said was, he goes out on stage, and this is how the bit is conveyed. He goes out and he says, you can make a joke about anything. And he prefaces the bit with a joke about, is it okay to hit a woman? Sounds like a challenge to me. Let's say you come home from work and your woman has 2 out of your 3 kids dead, drowned in the fucking tub, and she's going for the third. Is it okay to run over and sock her one then? Fucking great joke.
Yeah.
But then that's the setup, and then he goes, okay, see, you can make jokes about anything. Like, and here, give me a topic. And then he goes and does crowd work from that. And someone in like some
Says
uppity,
rape.
like, fuck it, yeah, someone like I think it was like California or Oregon or somewhere like that.
Malibu.
said like rape, and it was like some like ultra feminist chick that was like in the front row, and she goes like snarkily like rape, and he goes, ma'am, I could tell you're baiting, and like, he doesn't break character or anything. He's like, ma'am, I can tell you're baiting me. I'm not going to like just come up here and cold tell a rape joke. That's not cool. The point of this is that everything can be made into like, you know, funny, like with context. Like, I'm not saying that rape is funny. I'm saying that like in the context of humor, you can make a joke about rape. Now, wouldn't it be funny if like 8 people came out and raped the shit out of her right now? Which, and that's like a great fucking joke. That's a really fucking well,
off
like,
the cuff,
off
just
the
riffing.
fucking cuff, like so well done. And like, I'm sure that like he had that in the back of his head. He's like, one of these motherfuckers one of these days is gonna get the balls to fucking say it. So regardless,
He was sharpening his swords for sure.
dude, but like that's like a really good joke. And then she like wrote some puff piece, and like Huffington Post like picked it up, like, oh my god, he's joking about rape.
Insensitive
comedians. I think there should be more rape jokes, and that's what my subconscious. Like that, you completely.
I haven't heard a good rape joke.
I haven't heard a good rape joke lately. I do like the Lewis joke that he tells. It's not like really a joke, but
Isn't
it's
that pretty weird? That's like guys get raped, but like that is an issue.
Me.
That what?
I got sexually assaulted by one of my exes. I mean, not like sexually assaulted. I was passed out, and she used my arm on her while I was asleep. And I was like,
Alright.
if it was the roles were reversed, and my chick was passed out, and I used her arm to jerk myself off, that's great. Like, she could fucking.
She might wake up and smile though. Like you're rolling the dice.
Yeah,
there.
that's what I'm saying though. But like, if I'm like, she
It's
didn't.
not like rape.
It's
I'm
not
saying,
rape.
like,
It's
violent.
sexual assault.
I'm saying like
shoving things into people's booties against their will.
This isn't like some like crazy point I'm about to make, but like that's something that most guys typically don't really have to like worry about. Like there's kids that like boys that get like diddled and shit, but like adult men, like I've never worried about like some guy like clubbing me and like butt fucking
Like
me.
Charlie Fudge.
Yeah.
Did you end up looking up what that is?
That's gotta be whack. Like to be like a smaller chick like walking through like a seedy area at night and like
Don't do it then.
well yeah, I'm just like
Don't be dumb.
That's
Don't be a dumb broad.
rapists are bad, dude.
They are. Yeah.
I don't understand how like
You can go through life.
I don't want to
understand
have
how you
sex unless the participant's willing.
Not
like,
really, but
like at least somewhat interested.
I'm not conscious.
She doesn't have to enjoy herself, but like
I'm not planning
at least
on
give me the green light. Like I don't want to have to like hold you down.
I'll take a yellow light. take like a flickering open sign with like only the P and the E.
A blinking just. Oh, fuck.
yield sign.
Slippery when wet. Oh,
Fucking caution
nah,
tape.
but I just this like I'm saying, I'm not like making groundbreaking points. I'm just baked, and I'm like, dude, I can't. That's like even just like you're saying, like someone drowning their kids in the tub. Like I get being like really upset. I have a fucking baby, and I've been at the point where like, dude, what the fuck? Like, and he's an innocent fucking like. I get being
Shout
upset
out
with your
Vinny
kids,
Pose.
but like the people that really do like just drown all their kids in the tub, like they were bad. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like,
I've been like on this fucking YouTube channel. The guy, it was the Charlie Fudge story. So there was this school that I was watching a documentary. It was like a 30-minute documentary about this like school in Florida. It was like somebody's name, but like the guy was the Dozier School. That was what it was called. You can look it up. It's called the Dozier School. It was a school where it was like a reformatory that was made at the turn of the century. So like 1897 was when it opened up, but they didn't make it an official reform school till 1903. And then it was open till 2011. And the fucking administration was just kind of like left to their own devices, and you were just like, yeah, you're a reform school. You don't have to graduate any students though. And they were just like, oh, so we have carte blanche to like beat kids. So they'd have these like fucking like war like veterans that like were coming back from like World War I and like World War II and Korea and shit, and were like the disciplinarians at this school. And like these are dudes that have like hardcore PTSD and like shell shock and shit, and they're just like fucking teeing off on these kids. And there's like this one story the Charlie Fudge guy tells, which is like horrible fucking name.
Did he run the joint? Or?
No. He was like a kid that went there, and he was telling this one story about how they like they put these like fences up with like barbed wire on top, and there was like ways you could weasel through the fence and like get around where the barbed wire was, but like they had like dog runs and stuff like guard towers almost. And I mean, mind you, this isn't like criminal offensive like these are kids that get caught like smoking or like reading porno mags and shit, and they're like supposed to go on like a disciplinary like a month or so at like a reform school. This guy's like, yeah, the kid was like running down the thing, and he had a dog chasing him that was like going to maul him. Like we're talking like a 12-year-old kid is running from a fucking Doberman that's gonna maul him to probably to death.
Christ.
And they're shooting at him. The fucking guards
rounds?
are shooting at him. Yeah.
Oh my God,
and there's apparently like 50 unmarked graves that they found because they did LiDAR, that like ground penetrating sonar. And there's like
I heard about this a while ago.
Yeah, there's like a graveyard that they have for kids. It's like a kids reformatory school. Why does it have a graveyard? Apparently, like during the like early 1900s, the Spanish influenza did take a bunch of kids out, so there's marked graves like for obvious reasons, like the kids died there. But then like in like the 50s, there was like a bunch of black kids that just went missing because they're using them as slave labor basically, like to pick oranges and cotton and shit like that, and like corn.
Just dropped in the field,
and they would just like beat the shit out of him and leave him in the field to die. Like there was apparently like this kid that got the guy beat
That'll
him.
learn him.
The guy beat him so hard with the butt of a rifle and like put him face down in a shower so he would drown. Like a kid, a fucking like teenage kid.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Did I tell a story about my grandmom's hometown on here?
No, what's that?
Where some African Americans came to the local swimming hole. Some kids.
Never
and
heard about this.
It was a whites only swimming hole. And they drowned three black kids in the local swimming hole.
Where was this, Tucko?
It's called Gibbstown.
Gibbstown.
Or whichever one. There's Parkway signs. There's Gibbsboro, or I think she's Gibbstown.
Gibbsman.
Because we would always go by Gibbsboro on the way to Philly, and I'd be like, "That's where you're from?" She's like, "No, I'm from Gibbstown." It's some like Corbin City-esque fucking, like they had hurdy-gurdies on the train, and like people would ride horses. Like she would tell stories about going to the fucking local bar and like turning the guy's horse around on his carriage. So he would come out and be like, "Let's go home," and he'd be hammered, and the fucking horse would be facing the guy, and they'd all be laughing.
That's a pretty good fucking prank, actually.
But yeah, very racist redneck area, and
I bet
they drowned these three kids in the fucking local swimming hole, and then it was like condemned, like they like fucking sunk them like in the bottom of the swimming hole, and it was like they weren't supposed to swim in it anymore, and like they're fucking 8 years old, so like fuck that, summertime, let's go swimming. And then she got this like gnarly eye infection and had to have like all these fucking eye surgeries and shit. I'm just like fucking black people revenge on the fucking white woman. She still has like she had to have these surgeries on like both of her eye ducts where they would like fucking shoot needles down into them to like, oh dude.
That sounds gnarly, man.
Yeah,
That's
in like the fucking late 40s. Probably not the best like Novocaine style, like, bro. They're just like, here, bite down on this rag.
I was watching something about fucking Civil War fucking veterans, like, cause I don't know, like World War I was pretty fucking brutal, cause everybody's talking about that. Like, we could talk about it a little bit. Did you watch All's Quiet on the Western Front?
The new one?
Yeah.
No.
The new one's pretty good. I liked it. I thought 1917 was better, but it's very atmospheric.
I don't think
movie.
I've seen the old one unless we watched it in school.
We did. We watched it. We watched it in.
Got like 5 left, and I got split.
No, we're good. We're at 55 minutes. But yeah, All's Quiet on the Western Front was fucking gnarly. It was like a really good movie. But I like 1917 a little bit better. But they're both atmospheric, both very interesting. It's very well done. The original one is slightly better, but this one is like way more brutal and like camera work's obviously updated and better, and it's like the shit looks nice. But there was this thing about the fucking Civil War veterans, because like my friend Spurlock, who you've met a couple of times, shout out Spurlock, he had like this trip that he took to Gettysburg when we were in high school, and he came back and he was telling me all about like the fucking Gettysburg battlefield and like how all the houses around Gettysburg, like they built obviously like the newer stuff around, but like the ones that were like relics from the Civil War and shit, like still have like all these like brutal fucking like design flaws that have been like they want to preserve them for obvious reasons. So there's like this one house that's like completely riddled with bullets. Like it got shot like something like 1,000 times.
Holy shit.
And it's like they're all the bullets, like you could still walk up there with a knife and like pluck out fucking lead from the wall, and then it's just preserved. Like they don't want to fucking get rid of it, obviously. But then he was like, he went on this tour of this lady's house, and the house was used, the top floor was used as like officers' barracks, and then the like as you went further down in the house, it had like 4 floors, the basement was used as like the morgue basically, but the floor above that was used as the hospital. And there, if you look up, all these fucking like floorboards have like plugs in them, and he's like, yeah, that was because the morgue, they were just throwing bodies down there, but the hospital, think about it, the liquid from the hospital has to go somewhere, so like they would just drill holes in the floor, and all the blood and guts and shit like that would just get waffle stomped down. And then if that person died, you'd take that person down to the basement and just throw them into the fucking like 4-inch pool of fucking like guts and blood and like amputated fucking body parts and shit. So I hear about this, I'm like, all right, Civil War's pretty cool, pretty fucking gnarly. And then I was watching this thing about amputations and like how they didn't figure out sterilization. Like I'm sure like this is something that everybody fucking knows at this point, but you understand alcohol was like real prevalent back then. They didn't figure out that like alcohol had any correlation to sterilization, so they would like get you fucking blackout drunk and then saw your leg off. But like if you would have taken the alcohol and just poured it all in the wound, you probably would have survived it. But guys were like, they would like you get your fucking
thin your blood too, so then you're just fucking
you're bleeding out, and they didn't really have like tourniquets. Like they tie
a fucking tight rag around it and fucking
and then put leeches on it sometimes too. But like that was for bad blood.
There is some efficacy to bloodletting, but it's not like
bloodletting is actually like coming back around from what I understand. They're not doing it the barbershop way or whatever, but they are putting leeches on tumors and shit.
It's crazy.
Isn't that fucking nuts? They're apparently like trying to put fucking nanotechnology and fucking flies now too.
Mosquitoes or something.
Did you see that shit?
That shit's sus.
Is that weird?
Very weird.
Yes. They have like serial numbers on them or whatever.
I don't fucks with it.
I don't fucks with it either. What the fuck is that about?
Gov, dude.
Is it like
Illuminati
Is that like stealing our blood so that they can figure out?
They're doing something sus, dude. With the amount of technology that we're privy to, I cannot imagine what they, quote unquote, they have. You know what I mean? We probably can't even like fathom.
Can't even get into it, man. It's like this podcast's gonna get shut down.
Shadow band, dude.
Yeah, we got 3 minutes, man. You want to dive into it? You want to dive into it, man? You got like.
I got my tinfoil hat, in my book bag over there.
Dude. So like, yeah. So Antarctica.